this is where I need more dice. I need more dice. Yeah, I don't need any more dice. That's all that really needed to happen. Okay, so essentially all at one movement, Learn Danso turns, and essentially from his robes or from his garb, you're not even sure where this came from. He tosses a frag grenade towards the High Council, towards the council table. Pulls out a holdout blaster.
Oh shit!
And basically answers the guy's question. The hands of Valiant, and he just about fires a shot, and you see him basically taken off of his feet, and he goes down in a heap, and now it's in combat. At that moment, when he does this, 8 guys appear, 4 on each side of the stands. So there's one guy down in front of you, Phil, the one you saw being shifty, and there's 3 more behind you. They're just kind of spread across this thing. And the way these work is they work as groups, and there's 4 on your side as well. Biff, essentially in the General Assembly.
Okay.
Naturally, panic. Like, the whole place just erupts into, like, what the hell just happened? The large, black-garbed Imperial officer stands up, carrying, obviously, giant blaster pistol in his hand. And NPC. You see the... I'm sorry?
I was just going to clarify. Did you say that my good friend Learn Danso just tossed a frag grenade towards the council?
Yes.
So okay, not the royalty, but the council.
Yeah, the actual council table, the big
okay.
Great houses.
The great house. Yeah, the great house thing.
Okay.
And he's basically, you're on his left, so he's turning towards the royal box. And before he's pulling a holdout blaster. You can tell this is all happening in kind of one move.
Yep.
He's pulling a holdout blaster and turning towards the royal box, and he gets taken off his feet. That's all you see in that second. It's and he goes down in a heap. I mean, just like in a blink of an eye, he drops.
Oh boy.
And you have no idea what happened. You just saw him like essentially go down in a heap. And that's when the combat works.
Okay, gotcha.
How combat works, I know I mentioned this in the email, is things act as groups. So I did this, and I'm not sure it's the 100% right way, but the 4 that are on the right-hand side or on the side with Biff are a group. The 4 that are on the side with Phil are a group.
Right.
The 2 security guards that are on the left are a group. The 2 security guards that are on the right are a group. Essentially, they're separated far enough apart that I said, they're probably distinct entities, not just 8 guys at once. Ranges, so you guys know. Essentially, anything from the stands to the center dais, like from the front of the stands to the center dais, is medium range. Anything inside of that, short range, and obviously engaged is when you're in somebody's face.
Okay.
Anything in the stands on your side is short range. Okay, if you're firing across the stands, like if Phil wants to fire into this section, that's medium range. So it's not a gigantic room, but it's big enough that trying to fire too far does make it a little bit difficult. So the 4 guys that pop out of the stands, those are the NPCs that actually are in the first 2 slots, and they fire at the security guards on their respective sides. So. I'm going to roll for them right fast, and I have their stats on my handy sticky note page, what all these guys are. Are you guys supposed to know what their soak and wounds are or not?
I think that's, for me, it's up to you to decide.
I know normally, like, when I play in games, GMs don't let you know how many hit points people have, but
I'm okay with that.
I wasn't sure. So
yeah, I mean, I technically shouldn't. Maybe unless I'm like really using a perception check to see what their weapon or their armor is, I feel like you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless anyone else has an objection.
Yeah, that's where the vagaries of the combat in this, I'm not 100%. Like, because you guys are able to do so much.
Right.
All right, let me roll these guys. Where are they at? Okay. So each of the guys that are in the stands pop up. They have holdout blasters. Which are, I believe, damage 5 pistols. I don't even know if any of you guys are carrying a holdout blaster, to be honest with you. I think it's the smallest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It is, yeah.
thing. Okay, so they pop up and they fire as a group. So the way I understand this is you essentially, so there's 4 of them. You take whatever their skill is in the thing, so like their base stat in a sense, and then you convert. You act as if they have a rank in something for every
Correct.
one over the first one.
Correct.
So there's 4 of them, and of course I don't have enough dice. And like I said, they are firing down at the guards on the left. I'll do Biff's side first. They're firing down at the guards on that side of the room. Let's see. I need 2 of you guys for range. This is where it gets a little. This is why I was saying I probably need another pack of dice just so it would. I could have it all throw together. So, all right. First shot. Ooh. Pew pew pew. Pew. Is 1, 2, 3. All right, that is a total of 8. Let me see. Guards. You see one of the guards on the left take a shot square to the chest.
Whoa.
Pew, 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 pew. Lots of shots go down. One of them takes one square to the chest and drops in a heap. And the one's on the right-hand side. Ha! Not good for you. One of them gets winged pretty heavily, drops to a knee, but he's still standing, or still-ish standing. That makes sense. But they've unloaded hell. That's now it's you guys.
Okay. I think that what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a quick scan of the room and see if I've got any of my gear or equipment anywhere nearby, if they brought it up as well.
Yeah, do a easy perception.
Okay, easy perception.
Actually, give me an easy one.
Okay, I am rolling. I got 2 successes.
All right, you see 2 things. One, yes, your equipment's it's essentially leaned up conveniently towards the against the wall towards the side you came in.
Okay.
So essentially, there's a pile of stuff there that is laying right next to the door, rather suspiciously convenient. The second thing you see is the black garbed Imperial is very obviously pointing a blaster pistol at you.
Right.
Yep.
And now just to quick clarification, because I realized that I just rolled a check, and I think that in combat that counts as like my action, right? And that's supposed to be. I guess I should have. I thought I was just doing it as an incidental.
I think perception I would consider it incidental, honestly.
Okay,
You're
so
just you're doing a quick glance of the room. If you were
perfect.
studying to what's there, I would say if you're trying to figure out what everybody was doing, what the hell's going on here, you were actually taking time to do it. That's
Okay,
kind of
perfect.
the way I would look at it. But you were doing more of a, where's my crap at? Quick scan. So
Okay.
you still have your maneuver and your action.
Great. So with my maneuver, I'm actually going to bolt for the equipment.
Yep, you can make it there at short range from the center to the edge, so you can make it there to your equipment without trouble.
Awesome. And then I guess I would actually. So if you said it was on the same side that I came in, which means that's the same side where the Royal.
No. You came in on the side of the Imperials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and shizer.
Like I said, you're already wearing your clothing, but
Yep. Just grabbing my axe and my knuckles.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it action to pick up? Is it an action to actually just pick the stuff up?
But
I would assume it's not just leaned there conveniently perfectly, but I would think in a heap. I would think it probably is.
Well, maneuvers is aiming a weapon, opening a door, diving behind cover, standing up. I guess if you think that picking up my equipment, I could do that as a second maneuver, sacrifice my action for a maneuver.
Yep. Or I think you can actually take 2 strain to do a second maneuver and still keep your action. I believe if I'm reading that right. Because I know you can take 2 strain to do a second maneuver. You can never do more than 2 maneuvers in a turn.
You know what? Yeah.
You could convert your action to a maneuver for free is the way I was reading it. Like the no strain.
I might not.
Am I right on that, or is that?
Yeah. I think you are absolutely correct. I think that I would prefer to just kind of if it's possible, you let me know if this is beyond the scope of my ability. But my second action, I'll just use as a maneuver to kind of get my gear and maybe just kind of step into the hall where it's leaned up against, like so I'm not in direct sight of everybody.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can do that. The 2 security guards pay you no mind. They are engaged in a firefight with the people in the stands. They see you go by, but they don't suddenly adjust their aim, if that makes sense.
Roger.
Okay, so that's Jake. Like I said, y'all can do this in any order. Biff and Phil, whichever you would like to go. It doesn't really matter since you're all at the same time, but just in case you decide y'all want to fire at the same person or same group, because you fire at groups. So
I'd prefer to let Phil go. If you don't mind.
All right. So I think I'm going to definitely draw my blaster with my maneuver.
All right.
Let's see. Do I want to get cover first or just try? I think I'll try blast one of these gangsters.
All right. They're all at short range to you.
All right.
And they're not expecting it, so take a boost die, please. Because they're all focused the other direction. They're all, like I said, shooting into the security guard, so they don't even notice, essentially, you.
Okay, and this is a...
So it'll be 1 purple for range.
1 purple.
I believe. Got that here somewhere. At least I had it here somewhere. I thought I did.
Okay, it's a push with 3 advantage. It's pretty bad considering that.
I know. Come on, guys. This is going to be a short campaign.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at? I'm thinking. Do advantages without a hit? Do they even let you do anything?
Yeah, I don't think it might, make it harder for them to hit me. Or I miss.
Right.
But
well, you could even say
like shake them up or something.
You fire wildly and jump into cover or something.
Yeah, I think you used it for something.
Yeah, the sheet says that you could use 2 advantage to perform an immediate free maneuver.
Yeah, I'll go into cover then.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. And that gives you, or makes the attacker take 1 black die, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Biff.
So I'm going to... Yeah, I want to, because I'm assuming I've got some of the high ground because I'm all the way up there in the euchre seats.
Yeah, you're behind the 4 that are in your section.
Okay. I want to get into some kind of cover, even if that's kind of rolling back behind the seats or something that I'm in.
Yeah. You can get cover because there are people here. So they might be people cover, but it's cover enough. So
I'm already in cover. Is that what you're saying?
No, if you stand up to fire, then no, you're not in cover. Because everybody's kind of ducking and panicking, but you can kind of use them for cover. Does that make sense? Because this isn't a hard, I flip the table and dump behind the table. Like, cover is kind of a defensive bonus. So as long as you're being like, the way I read it in this instance is, hey, I'm keeping people between, I'm trying to, shoot around people and not be an obvious, like, just stand up.
Not like, taking somebody and just use them as a human shield.
Right, yeah, he's not doing that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you are,
no.
see that in the rules anywhere.
So that lady that slapped me, she's now my shield. No.
What? Okay, all right, so roll. This will be fun.
So yeah, I'm just gonna since I'm kind of using the crowd and the panic as a little bit of my cover, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at I suppose the. Yeah, short range.
It's a group, so you're just basically. I'm firing at the way I read it. It's like it's cinematic. So I'm firing at the stormtroopers in front of me. I'm firing at these nameless, faceless individuals who just popped up out of the crowd, started shooting into the. Shooting a security guard.
Okay, so I need to. This would be a ranged light because I'm using my blaster pistol. And is there a bonus on this?
Yeah, you'll get the 1 boost just like Phil did because they're not expecting you. And it's an easy shot because it's close range, so it's only one purple.
And so we roll that. And I've got one success with an advantage, a single advantage.
Okay. You can use the advantage for. I'm looking to see what all you can actually use it for. Notice a certain important point in the ongoing conflict. Inflict a critical injury with a successful attack that deals damage past soak, but it costs. You have to pay the cost of enough of those. Okay. So you did 1 plus you have a blaster, like a regular blaster pistol. Is that right?
I have the blaster, yeah, regular blaster pistol. Damage is 6.
Damage 6, so 7 total. All right, let's see. Yep. You see one of them in your section drops. Oh,
okay.
Huge blaster. Oh, it takes him square in the back. Oh, he tumbles into the crowd.
Nice shot, Biff.
Yeah. Somebody had to shoot something eventually. That's in the left section, I believe. All right.
So I wink at the lady that was in front of me as I blow the smoke out of the end of the blaster.
Hold on. Let's see here. Where's my skill table? Let's see here. Roll me a average charm roll.
Average.
You were looking at her unmentionables there.
Yes.
Earlier, so,
That's 2 difficulty die, Biff. 1 for each.
That's horrible.
I got a success and a threat.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to make a note of that. This will come into play later.
Okay.
You do see, she does notice the wink, by the way. Oh, this is what happens in games, though. It's always hold up. Nameless lady in crowd. Right
there you go.
All right. Let's see. Let me continue right here. All right. Biff. There we go. The troopers on the ground, or security on the ground, fires back what's left of them into their respective sections. Let's see. The group on the left is actually only one guy now. That sucks for them. They're carrying blaster rifles, by the by, so they can do quite a bit of damage if they hit. Need a couple of these. And she takes rid of these. The guy on the left, yells a classic "No!" and fires into the crowd and kills one of them in your section, Biff.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Takes vengeance for his fallen comrade and severely wings another one, actually.
Wow.
Sprays in the crowd. Somehow not hitting the crowd. We don't really know how that happened. But let's see. So that knocks you guys.
Training.
Yeah. That is, these guys are trained guards. So, the guy in the other section, or I should say the two in the other section, fire into Phil's side. Might help if I roll purple dice too. Minus that, and 2 of them drop in Phil's side.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, these guys are actually hitting tonight. So I actually tested this, believe it or not. I was like, man, I hope you guys can hit something, because otherwise it might be ugly. But apparently they're doing y'all's jobs tonight. So okay, so it rolls back around. The guys in the crowds continue to fire. People are starting to stream out as fast as they can at this point. The room's starting to empty slowly, but it is starting to empty as people crawl over one another, lots of screaming and yelling and that sort of thing. They fire down back on the same security guards. Actually, I'm sorry. I forgot the one NPC. That was the man in black. I forgot about him. Jake, you were in the hallway completely covered or just covered?
I wanted to kind of basically prevent him from shooting at me. That was the intent of being in the hall.
Okay. Well, you see him hop the rail, hop the little section rail that he's in, and round the corner to see you.
Oh, crap.
and take a shot.
Okay.
Let's see. You can certainly tell at this point that he has one thing on his mind.
Yes, I can.
He has just your standard, what is it, heavy blaster pistol?
Okay.
Yeah, Heritage heavy blaster pistol. All right. I had the damage written down. I didn't write down the name of the weapon. How smart is that? Let's see. Where are you at, Mr. Dude? Oh, there you are. I need 2 of these. I need 1 of those. Ooh. Yes, I'm going to get a player character already. He hits for 10 total damage, but you get all your soak for it. Remember?
Yeah, heck yeah. Okay.
So
So that's 3 damage. 3 damage.
It's like, oh my god, ting, wings him. So, he comes around the corner. He sees you. He fires, and it catches you in the shoulder. It certainly hurt. I'll let you keep track of your wounds.
Yep, I got it. I got it here.
Okay. It definitely hurt, and you can see he is definitely mad at you. For some reason, he wants you dead.
Got it.
Give me a quick perception check from the 2 people still in the room, Phil and Biff.
Oh, not me. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
perception.
Yep. Just
Okay.
this one's actually gonna be average since there's a lot of crap going on at this point.
Okay.
All right, so that's 2 dice, 2 purple.
Yes.
All right. 2 success, 1 advantage.
All right. And Biff.
Man, I'm 2 success, but 2 threats. I'm having a
That
hard
lady.
time with this lady in front of me.
You're making it difficult for me to even figure out what's happening to you over on that section. This is just so stupid. Okay, well, hold on. Let me think on my feet for a second here. Let's see here. Where am I at in my notes? Oh, here we are. Both of you notice very obviously that the Imperials in their little corral are paying no fear, no worry at all to this gunfire. They're not scared. They're not concerned. They don't even look like they're panicking in any way. Like they almost expected it. Meanwhile, on this section, he notices that the lady in front of him probably has a husband now because he seems to be glaring at and as he drags his wife out of the way, she's giving you lovey eyes, but he's not having any of it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So you were able to see the same thing with the Imperials, but you may have been noticed by her significant other while you were doing this. He's still not sure what you're looking at. You could be looking at his wife's huge tracts of land. So, okay. So back to our combat.
So is this starting now a second round?
Yeah, it's essentially starting the second round of combat now.
What happened to that grenade? Did it?
Oh, the
Yeah.
grenade
Go
went
off?
off. Yeah, the grenade goes off pretty much immediately. You really can't see that side of the room. A lot of smoke, a lot of dust, a lot of people screaming.
Okay.
It went off. It was not so much so far away you couldn't see it, but it kind of obscured itself. Like something bad happened up there. You're not really sure.
Okay.
You're a little too preoccupied at the moment. So the remaining guys on the left, they continue firing down at the security on the left. There are, where's my sheet at? Only 2 of them now. So they're being a little panicky, and they're starting to move down closer to the rail to fire. It's getting difficult for them to move because there's so many people kind of scattering, but you can see they're not really paying attention to the people. They're really dead set on those security guards for one reason or another. Let's see. And where's the soak for these guys at? And that's on the left-hand side. And there is only 1 guard left on the left-hand side. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He takes a hit. He glances off shoulder, but he doesn't go down. It's just looks like it just barely grazed him, as far as you can tell. He shrugs it off in a sense. You can tell he got hurt, but it didn't really phase him enough to worry him at the moment. The group on your side, Phil, there's only 2 of them there as well. The security guards got their aim in last time, so they fire back at the guards at the bottom. Ooh. Hold on, what does that symbol do? Dun, dun, dun. Upgrade, blah, blah, blah. Hold on, I'm looking to see. Oh, you see a blaster. One of the blaster bolts runs right through the neck of one of the guards. Drops. Basically, just kills him instantly. It was very. I would say it's gory, but I think blaster bolts kind of cauterize as they go through. Isn't that right? All right. So yeah, it very obviously kills this dude like in one clean shot through the neck. I rolled one of those Jedi symbols.
The triumph.
The triumph.
The triumph
which
next
is
shot.
a critical. Which basically can turn a critical on a successful attack pass soak, and criticals kill NPCs immediately. Is the way it was always the way I read it.
Nice.
So if you critical like a low end NPC, I think it kills them like a minion. If that makes sense, like a
Yeah.
cannon fodder level NPC. So that's basically what just happened. Let's see where we're at here. So that's you. So now there is only 1 left on that side, and 2, essentially 2 on each side are left. 2 folks in the stands, and it's now your players' turns.
Okay.
Any order. I'm gonna drink some water while I do this.
All right. Do you guys mind if I go again, or?
Yeah, do your thing, Jake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Have
So,
lunch.
yeah, right. My incidental. I'd like to engage in some banter with this guy, just very, very briefly. And I'm going to kind of put on a little menacing, kind of glance at my shoulder and turn back to him and say, "Thank you." And then if he does or doesn't respond, if he doesn't say what,
You're welcome. Where that came from? You piece of crap. Or whatever. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, "Thank you for coming to the floor. Now I won't have to climb to get you." All right, so I'm going to use my maneuver, and I'm going to try and close that gap. You know, move the range band closer to him to get.
Yeah. Can you go from short to engage, right? And one moves. Yeah. So you can engage him.
So I really want to just kind of barrel into him, and I'm going to.
Sounds like there's a lot of stuff in the way.
Yeah, there's a
Pots
whole
and
bunch of
pans.
It sounds like there's a lot of pans and clicks.
Can y'all hear the music?
Is this like the kitchen cabinet of the Great Hall?
Can y'all hear the music that's playing in the background? Because it's like perfect fight music on my side. So.
I can't.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
So
or swing away.
So I'd like to get. So I'm engaged with him now. I'd like to attack him, and I think I'm going to go with just my my brawl skills here. So kind of using my
the axe, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of leave it to my claws, which have the little brass knuckles on them. And
geez, that feels like that's somehow cheating.
You know,
I have razor sharp claws and brass knuckles.
Yes, these are special, customized Trandoshan brass knuckles. Where in fact most sentient beings just have it like over their knuckles. Mine are actually kind of reverse claws for my own claws. So
they're like those climbing claw sort of things, or
something like that. Yeah. So my claws naturally go forward. These give me a little serrated hook back on my my 3 talons.
All right, punch away or.
All right.
Gotta make sure I don't shake hands with you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a hell of a joy buzzer he's got now.
Right, well, let's give this a try. So I get my my brawl 1.
Yeah, and I honestly do not know the skill check difficulty and engage. I don't have it in front of me. Is that nothing?
It should always. I think it's always just. You can tell how hard or difficult it is to do, but generally it's just 2 dice. I think.
It's always just 2 dice for.
Unless it's unless there's someone like that's prone, and then it's like just 1 die, like I could just wail on them, or unless it's like me against. I don't know. If I'm on the ground and punching upwards, then it might be 3 difficulty dice.
Yeah, let me see. It's on page 218. Let me see if I can see if there's anything obvious right fast.
Yeah.
218. Well, that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what page I read it on.
All right, hold on. Let's just read through this right quick. It's not really very helpful, is it? Yeah, yes, a melee attack is most likely using melee or brawl skill. I think I figured that much out. But,
Yeah.
That's great explanation there, FFG. Thank you. Let's see if we can find another one. 133 or 167. I just don't want to make it more difficult than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I see it here on 224. It looks like it might be unarmed combat. Use the brawl combat skill.
224. Oh, there it is. Additional combat modifiers: engaged with range, heavy, engaged with gunnery. Is that just ranged? Oh, that's shooting into.
Yeah, that's like shooting in or out.
Improvised weapons. That's awesome. I improvise everything. Savage of his prone. Knockdown. It doesn't say. At least know where I'm seeing. Does anybody see this as an obvious thing that I'm just missing?
Yeah, it's interesting. I know it's earlier somewhere.
That's why I was looking at this. I was going to look up the skill.
Yeah. I'm looking at the third paragraph under unarmed combat on page 224.
Oh, it's average. It says the difficulty of brawl checks is average.
Yeah. So that's just the
one
two.
Is incapable of resisting. Check might be easier at my discretion. No, it's average. He's a seasoned combatant, so it'll be average.
So I'll add my 2 little difficulty die there. All right, let's give her a whirl and see what happens.
Your ridiculous brawl skill.
Yeah. All right.
His
so
fists hit harder than blasters.
So I get 2 success with 2 advantage off of that.
Okay, so what is your total damage with the
all means,
crazy pluses?
So what I'm gonna get is I was using my brass knuckles there. So that would be 6, 7. So that would be, and then how many did I get?
2 success, 2 advantage.
All right, so then it's just the you add. How do you add an additional damage with the additional successes or advantages?
Successes. They add the additional, but with 2 advantage, you could perform an immediate free action or a free maneuver. Does not exceed your 2, or add 1 of the black dice to his next check.
Okay. So then it'll
make it difficult for him to do whatever he's going to do next, sort of.
So then total, it's going to be 8 damage, and I'll add 1 black dice to whatever his next attack against me is.
All right. Make sure I don't forget that. Let's see. So you did 8 total?
Correct.
All right. You definitely winded him. He felt it. But you can tell he's wearing armor.
Mm-hmm.
So he is, let's see, you did 8, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's armored underneath, or whatever he's wearing is armored.
Your claws bounce off of some armor, or you can feel it. It's like a nice scratching post.
Yeah. Yeah, you've felt this type of armor before. So you're familiar
with its texture.
Yes, you're like, now I know how to attack it. Okay. Biff and Phil.
All right. So I'm gonna do largely the same thing I did before. I'll aim this time.
Okay.
So I'll aim at one of the gangsters close to me.
Okay.
So that's still short range, right?
Yes.
This should be good. Okay, so 4 success and 1 advantage.
All right. How much damage did that do?
So my blaster is 8 with
crow.
With a little mod that I have on it. So 12 damage.
Oh my god! Hold on. Let me see here. This is where that whole thing comes into. Phil shows off an incredible display of gunnery. You see him sight for a second, and then he goes, pew, and then wings a guy to the right, too. Both of them drop. Thunk, thunk.
Nice.
He killed both of them.
And I'm going to use my advantage to notice a single important point in the ongoing conflict.
You see Haskin making a slow, but as fast as he can, head towards the exit on the far side, towards the queen. That door. You see what I'm saying?
The one
Gotcha.
that's opposite of me. So
Correct. Yep.
not
So
the hallway I'm in.
Correct. He's heading the opposite direction. Probably because you ran down there.
Yeah.
So he's basically huffing it as fast as his portly body can get him across the room, towards that door. Obviously, nobody's firing at him. Nobody's doing anything. Kretzner, the major, is behind him, and you see the other two generic officers also in tow. So all of the Navy folk are making a run for it. Is what you see. Also, this isn't massively important because both of you guys in the stands notice it. The Queen's box, Queen's still there, Handmaiden's still there. They're hunkered down beneath the railing. The rest of the nobility have scattered, like they're being stupid, basically, running towards random doors. What you'd see in a movie, basically. One person running to the left, one person running to the right. None of them running towards the clearly marked exits
Right.
that we know this place has because it's Union run. So we know there's going to be clearly marked exits. But these people are nobility. They don't know how to follow instructions. So they're, oh my God, the classic kind of, like I said, Hollywood people running in opposite directions in a chaotic scene. Biff, so basically Phil's side is clean. He just took an amazing couple of shots, pew, 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 and took out the two remaining people on his side.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to continue on with my attack, but I got to do a good job because I obviously don't want to lose the attention of the fine young lady that's in front of me now that Phil's showing off his abilities.
Yeah,
This is true.
her eyes could be drifting.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's difficult to tell. So you still have two in your section as well, still
Yep.
close range.
So I'm gonna focus in on those guys.
All right, so you're aiming as well?
Yep.
Okay.
And
that gives you one boost die, correct? I believe that's what that does.
That's right. Aiming is
one
one
of the-
boost die.
Yeah, one of the blue dice, or whitish blue.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
And is this an easy? I'm going up what?
Yeah, it's a one purple die because you're still
Okay.
at short range to these guys. They know you're there now, so you're not getting an additional kind of, in a sense, surprise die, which is what you were getting the first turn. But
Okay.
they definitely know you're there, but they're not really focusing on you.
Okay. Wow. I suppose the charm's really gonna start rolling off now. I wind up with 3 successes and 3 advantage.
Oh wow. Total damage on your side? Probably a lot,
So I've got 6 for the blaster pistol,
right?
and
So
I
plus
picked
2.
up 2 because of the extra, so 8 total damage then.
All right,
Nice.
so you got 8 total. All right. Yeah, you definitely clean one of them down, and the other one he's wounded heavily in the hip. Oh, you see it blast and hit him. He doesn't drop completely. He's very, very obviously seriously wounded now. But one of them's dead. You did kill the other one. So just one left.
So I got the 3
Oh, we got-
advantage.
Yep, and you can spend those. Actually, you can do all sorts of things with them. With 3.
So can I do this like critical injury for the guy that's
Do you have? Is that? How much does that cost
You
for
can
those?
force him to drop a weapon he's holding.
Well, I mean, if his weapon can use the 3 advantages for the critical, I don't know how many.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
Like
so
your
I got,
weapon
Oh,
should
yeah,
have a
that's right,
crit
it's
rating
critical.
somewhere.
yeah, it is a 3 crit.
Yes, you could burn all 3 of those to essentially clean out that second guy or the last
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, let's do
You
that.
would crit him essentially.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the wound through his he hobbles forward. Oh, apparently, you got him cleaner than you thought. It was more of a death spasm, him trying to clamber forward, and he falls silent. Wow! Just as my music cut off, that was funny. So that's you guys. NPC is the one engaged with Jake. Can a person fire into short, like, or does he have to melee you now?
There is believe you can actually. There isn't that.
I think he
section
can
that we were just looking
disengage.
at?
Can he? Should be able
He
to
could try to disengage. Yeah.
Is it a roll for me to disengage? Gotta love new gaming systems.
Range bands, engage, consider subcategory.
I know it should be under the actions for a I think
He can make a range attack while engaged. It's risky. He has to line up the shot.
Prone preparation. Engage or disengage from an opponent. If a target's already within short range of a character, the character can perform a maneuver to engage. If a character is engaged with an opponent or adversary, he must perform a maneuver to disengage. Only changes his range relative to the opponent. So it doesn't look like there's a roll. He just has to use his maneuver to back out, basically.
Okay, interesting.
So that's what he'll do, and then obviously he'll fire.
Okay.
With the where's he?
He does get a black dice, I think. From
yes, you gave him one black die. You're at short range, so it's one purple, and then his normal skill. Jake toe to toe with an Imperial Stormtrooper captain. Ooh, he misses.
Excellent.
With your black die, actually.
There you go, baby.
No successes, although he got a crap ton of advantage. Just he can't really use it because he didn't hit. Although he can always, if you don't hit, are you able to use the advantage you roll?
Or not? I think they can translate into like other.
Well, I meant like the spinning it in combat, for example. Would he be able to use it?
Well, obviously, he wouldn't be able to do any damage with it, but he potentially, could do something like get into a better position or whatever.
Right.
What he would, he rolled 4 advantages.
That's good.
That's why he didn't hit. So, and until we figure out otherwise or people yell at us, he's going to basically use it for his free maneuver, for the 3-second maneuver, and fall back to essentially covering fire for the Imperials fleeing out the other door.
Interesting. Okay.
That makes sense. So he's pew, 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 firing and backing up to get away from you. That is the end of another round of combat. We have just the Imperial Guard left. Imperial Stormtrooper. The others are running. You guys are still in the stands. That's what we're at this point. The gunmen that were in the stands are all gone. The room's starting to empty very fast. Haskin makes it out the other door here at the end of this round. He runs out, clumsily, heavily out the other door. Waddles, fast waddle, out the other door. There will be another round of combat. So you guys are first.
So is it just the big stormtrooper guy, the captain?
Yes, he's the only one left in there.
Good. Well,
you guys. He's the only one left in there that's an obvious combatant.
Well, he and I have some business. We were in the middle of a conversation there, I think.
Yeah. But you did see him tear off. Phil and Biff, you guys did notice, very obvious, him tear off after the Trandoshan. You have to think what you want about that. You saw him go into essentially the door frame on the opposite side. Trandoshan leapt onto him pretty fast, and then he's like, "Oh crap!" and started backing up and firing back at the Trandoshan. It's very obvious the Trandoshan is probably going to be following, like chasing him down.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. So that's where you're at this point as we start back up.